Hello, Mark.
Is it recording?
I think so. It says recording.
I didn't see you hit a button. Hi, Jared. How are you?
Great. We're live from my
Kitchen, living room, dining room.
dining room on a Saturday night, late night.
All around the world you can hear them. Hey, hey, hey. Talking about news and kind of funny stuff. Hey, hey, hey. Mag-room. Mag-room. The mag-room. The mag-room.
I threw up right before I got on my plane for Thursday.
I didn't know that story.
You ever brush your teeth and throw up?
No.
Like from brushing the tongue?
No. How hard do you brush your tongue?
Not hard at all, but when you reach back on the back of your tongue, I gag myself all the time. And then Thursday, I actually vomited brushing my teeth. So I was just wondering if you ever throw up.
Do you have to go
teeth.
that far back?
Yeah, you want to brush your tongue. You want to clean
I've
everything.
never gone that far back, I don't think.
Maybe you have a very dirty back of your tongue
Yeah,
then.
do I think I have a huge amount of gunk buildup in the back of my tongue?
Maybe. I think my mom used to tell me that you're supposed to brush your tongue well. So it's always stuck with me. And I do brush my tongue. And I often gag. And I very rarely, but every once in a while I throw up. And what had I eaten? So yeah, I puked right before I got here.
So
That
you
was
weren't
about
like
it.
nervous about the visit?
No, maybe. Maybe I was nervous and brushing my teeth. I don't really remember it being like that.
Which was first? Yeah, so then you stayed with Golf Dad.
Yes, my friend Aaron, I stayed at his house on Thursday night into Friday.
You guys got tattoos?
We got tattoos.
What numbered tattoo do you think this is for yourself? If you had to guess.
Around 20 or so, 25, something like that.
When did you start getting tattoos?
I was probably 24, maybe.
Really?
Something like that. Yeah.
We were living in the same place?
No, because I was in Baltimore. And I moved to Baltimore in 2000. I was born in 1976, 24, maybe 25.
Did it say, this is the first one to say like Siski or something like that? You and Aaron kind of have a thing now where you get it.
Several of my friends have that thing now.
Really?
I go and get it with Aaron. My friend Phil, I go and get tattoos with sometimes. I've gotten them with my friend Carrie. She lives in Pennsylvania. We've gotten some together. My friend Lexi, I've gone with her and gotten a couple.
Really? This is a lot. Like kind of like a tattoo horror. And then you stayed here last night. We watched John Wick, which was really exciting.
You guys want to hear a movie review from a movie that was out 8 years ago?
2014. Yeah.
That is our forte. is
Yeah,
old
we had
movie
both of
reviews.
us had never seen it.
I guess it was good, but Jesus, he just shoots everybody in the
Yeah.
whole movie should be called I'll shoot you in the face. Like everybody in the movie dies because he elbows them in the face and then shoots them at point blank range in the back of the head or in the front of the head, really. So if you like movies where maybe 60 or 70 people die from point blank range gunshot wounds to the head, I would highly recommend this movie to you.
I feel like it's doing a little bit what we're trying to do here. It like harken back to old school. Like there's no like CGI or it was just like old school ass kicking.
Yeah.
Like somebody's a killer.
It's not a great story. There's a
Yeah.
lot of coincidences that were
Like his wife died. The one main coincidence was that the Russian guy's son
just ran into
killed
a
his
gas
dog.
station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
the
feel like that
Russian-
wouldn't happen. Why didn't the Russian guy's son know who he was? If everybody knows who he was,
Yeah.
including his father, so his father was like petrified of the guy.
Yeah.
I just think that, I don't know, it seems a little far-fetched that you just happen to run into him at a mobile station, steal his car, kill his dog, and you didn't know who he was. Like if Teddy did that to me.
It's a life lesson though. Don't mess with you don't know who somebody might be.
It's a good lesson to learn.
And the mobile station part wasn't the part was that the guy went to his house and then
Yeah.
how do you know where his house was?
I guess he took the license. My guess is he took the license plate number,
And then he didn't see his name was John Wick.
or maybe he doesn't register. Maybe John Wick doesn't register his
probably
cars.
true.
Maybe he registers under an LLC name.
John Wick LLC.
You would think that would ring a
Assassin.
bell, though. Yeah.
Assassin LLC. But yeah, it was an old school just butt kick. Like, hey, he's going to kill everybody, and you're going to watch him do it in different cool ways. Yeah, and then we went golfing today.
How'd you like that?
It was fun. It was the most fun I've ever had golfing, which is a low bar.
Right. 2 times?
Since I've only been about 8 times golfing.
I'm glad you had a good time. You were a little nervous about it.
I was. I did look up. There was this, and it was the 103 unwritten rules of sports.
Jesus, it's a lot of unwritten rules.
I know, but they had a bunch for golf. So I thought I'd read since we went to see if we...
Broke any of them?
Yeah. All right, here, you can react to any of them that you want.
Okay.
You aren't reaching the green in 2, Tiger. There's no reason to wait for the green to clear.
No, that's a rule. Like, You're not supposed to. Well, I guess it is unwritten, but yes. No, I don't hit away when people are still on the green. I mean, you're talking about when you're within striking distance, right? If you're 150 yards away. Yeah. No, you can wait. Don't be that.
Let's see. If your tee shots are consistently failing to reach the forward tee, stop playing from the tips.
You can't reach the women's tree. Yeah, you have to pull your pants down.
Yeah, we'll play from there as well.
Well, yeah, I say just keep playing the tips, but you got to take the next shot with your pants down.
All right. Have some courtesy for those playing with and those behind you and looking for a lost ball. Give it a few minutes, then take the L and drop another.
Definitely.
We did that.
Yes.
Same lines when someone in your group is looking for their lost ball. Do help them if you can.
Yes, absolutely.
Know what ball you are playing with, as well as what balls you're playing.
That's a hard one for me. I like to carry I didn't bring one with me on vacation, but I like to carry a magic Sharpie marker with me so that I can put an M on my ball.
Yeah, that's what it said. You could mark them.
Yeah, because I'm notorious for forgetting whatever make and model ball I'm using. Callaway 2, whatever, Strixon 1. I never know what I'm using. I don't buy balls based on like their performance. I buy them based on how cheap they are.
Yep.
So I never know what kind of ball I'm using, and therefore I need an M, preferably written in blue Sharpie.
So what if someone else in the group's name starts with M?
Or a W.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, if you're playing with William Wallace.
These are pretty basic rules,
yeah,
I
think.
think.
It said don't sit down to eat on the turn.
I've never seen anybody do that. I guess it's never crossed my mind to do that. Usually you just get a hot dog, get back in your cart, eat the hot dog while you're waiting for the guys in front of you to tee off.
That's it for golf.
Oh. What are some other unwritten sports rules?
Sport that you play? Anything? Tennis?
Paddleboarding?
Basketball?
None of them are going to apply to a pickup game, though. Go ahead.
Another group moves to your court. You have to move your pickup game to half court. Another group arrives to your court.
Yeah, I guess I do that, but only if they ask you. Because what they should do is get 5 guys and get the next game. Yeah.
The person who brings the ball always plays.
No, that.
As long as they want, they never leave the court. That seems dumb.
No, absolutely not.
Pickup basketball is always make it, take it.
That's half court. Yeah, when you play half court.
Nobody cares about your high school stats.
I care about your high school stats.
Over the age of 25, then reciting them is just sad.
I've never played with people who told me their high school stats. I would make fun of them, though.
Call your own fouls, but if you're always complaining in pickup basketball about getting fouled, grow up.
Yes, agree completely.
The fall and Parrish takes Lambert to the ground with a right foot.
And then we went to the concert tonight.
What'd you think of that?
I thought the arena was awesome.
Infinity Hall in Norfolk, Connecticut.
Yeah, I would definitely go back there.
Were you with me when the lady said that like Mark Twain performed there? And were you,
I did hear her say that. She was talking to you, but you kept blocking me from her. So yeah, it was really cool. I would highly recommend if you have a show you want to see to go there.
I like that place.
There's 2 opening bands.
Both had drummers that were kind of interesting.
Yeah, they were the drummers. I feel like the first drummer was the best one.
I think drummers in general are usually kind of the most interesting member. Bassists are usually boring.
Yep.
Singers are singers, so they have to sort of do their thing.
Yep.
The rhythm guitar guys are sort of trying to be cool, but I think drummers, because they move around so much and they always make faces like they're having an orgasm.
Yes.
I like watching drummers, and I like this particular group of fellas. There was 3 different bands. I think they all had the same tour manager.
Although he was most into the first band.
Which, yeah, that was weird.
And they were the worst.
They were the worst one. It was kind of fun just to watch him dance. He was dancing sort of like 90s ska dancing, where you kind of like run your feet look like you're kind of running in place almost.
Those bands used to have someone on stage who just danced.
Just ran in place.
That was their whole job.
Yeah, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones had that. It was fun, but that's just not my brand of music. And I was outside smoking a cigarette, and there's like 6 dudes, and everybody just hung out in a little thing, and everybody was talking about how great that style of music was. I didn't speak up and say it's not my style, but the one guy was saying, complaining about the vocals being muffled, and you were on the way home, you were saying that's us being old, but I think they just had I don't think they had a guy who knew how to mix the
sound.
So I told him, I'm like, I mean, if you listen to podcasts and stuff, I do the mixing on my show, and I think I do a better job than this guy over here.
Yeah, not my type of music either. I mean, it's like 311.
Yeah, it all sounded like a cross between 311, Sublime. What's that fucking
It's the same beat over and over again.
Yeah, they had that reggae, that.
You'll find a good background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Should your opening bands be the same style as you?
It was. We both said that it was like you couldn't tell the songs apart.
Because you think you'd want a little bit different, so then you're a little bit different going. Because we didn't even stay the whole last one. I think if the 2 opening bands had been different, we would have been like, oh, some reggae, cool. A lot of people were wearing wool hats.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
That's the thing that douchebags do. Yeah.
There was that one family where the 2 parents both had wool hats.
Wool hats in the summer are so stupid.
But yeah, the manager guy had shorts, a t-shirt, and a wool hat and no shoes.
Yeah. What about that makes sense?
It seems like the wool hat would keep in a lot of heat.
How about wool socks in the summer? I like wool socks in the winter. I wonder if I'd like them in the summer too.
Yeah, why doesn't anyone ever wear like wool gloves?
And a ski parka. And goggles, ski goggles.
What if we just showed up?
We just started wearing ski outfits in the summer.
We just didn't wear a wool hat, though, but we just showed up with wool gloves on to the concert.
And then board shorts in the winter. just totally flip it on its ear.
Yeah, the wool hat was confusing. And then the last one I had was, it's pretty awesome if you have a band that you really like that only about 50 people like, because then you go to the concert and you're like just right there with them.
Oh yeah. I think said this in the parking lot. I think we had the same number of people at the Magroom Festival as that showed up to that concert.
Yeah.
And the people next to us, I was talking to them and they didn't go for that band either. They just went for the place, the
but there
venue.
Were clearly about 50 or 60 people down in the front that really knew all their songs and loved them.
Yep.
Like, I was thinking that would be cool. Like, if I had some band that I grew up with that I really liked, but they still played, but I went to their concert and there were like 100 people there, so I could just like see them. That would be pretty sweet, I think. But there isn't who did I see once? There was this at Gunnery. There was this band a kids band, like the kids made an album. And,
you mean kids from the school?
Yeah, it was called Bullfrog Tribute. It was kind of like Dave Matthews-ish music.
Okay.
And one of their dads worked at ESPN, so he kind of got them on remember ESPN had like a morning show? It was trying to be like the Today Show.
Not Sports Center?
No, it was called like First Take or something like that.
I've heard of that.
Cold Pizza. It was called Cold Pizza.
No,
they were trying to be like entertain. It wasn't a great show. But they were on it, and then they got some gigs like around Connecticut, and they played in Hartford at some concert venue.
Okay.
So we went up to see them. They were the opener.
Okay.
And so in Connecticut, probably about 50 people showed up that we knew. They were headlining for Jeffrey Gaines. Remember Jeffrey Gaines, who sang In Your Eyes cover of Peter Gabriel? That's probably what he's most famous.
I don't remember Jeffrey Gaines.
In your eye. If I
I
played,
remember Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, if I played you the version, you would know it.
So there were 50 Jeffrey Gaines fans or 50 Bullfrog
No, so
fans?
Bullfrog Tribute played. I knew Jeffrey Gaines. I liked his version of that song. He showed up in like a 1984 Buick. It looked like he was on its last legs.
Okay.
Rolls in by himself, just his guitar. He's got no.
Is he from Connecticut?
No, he was just on tour. Jeffrey Gaines on tour.
Okay.
When Bullfrog Tribute ended,
Everybody left.
most people left. So there were like 6 people left or 10 people left. And one guy in the crowd just kept yelling, "Play in your eyes." And he got so pissed.
Really?
Yeah. And then we didn't stay the whole thing.
Did he storm off stage or did he just?
No, he finally did play it, and then everybody left. All right, that's all I had from the show. Anything else you got from your visit? Anything you want to share? I know you're.
Oh,
you're gonna
Avelo.
do
Has anybody ever flown I don't know how you say it. Avelo, or Avelo Airlines. I know you have. What did you think of your flying experience with Avelo Airlines?
I thought of it as like, the Greyhound bus experience.
I've only been on maybe 2 of those in my life, so I do know kind of what you're talking about, but I'm not super familiar with it.
A little disorganized. When I got on my plane, the guy next to me had a dog that was not in a case. There was just a loose dog in between his legs.
Okay.
The whole flight. So
Well,
he walked on with the dog. Somebody must have seen it. I don't think you could just walk on with a dog.
The dog wasn't dressed like a person, like Scooby-Doo or anything,
No,
right?
it's not. And the dog he was right next to me. He started sniffing through my at first.
Hey.
And the guy yelled at it, and then the dog just sat between his legs and was good. So I was like, all right, if the dog's going to be good, I'll just let it go. I didn't want him to like piss on my thing or eat through my bag. But then about, I don't know, what's the flight? Like 2.5 hours?
Yep.
Probably with about 45 minutes left. The flight attendant looked down and was like, "Do you have just a dog in between your legs without a carrying case?" And the guy said, "Yeah, but the dog's really good." And the flight attendant just went and walked away. And I was like, that doesn't seem like that should have been the solution there.
Well, there weren't any dogs on my flight, but if you have big shoulders, I would say you shouldn't fly on a Velo.
It's very narrow. This guy was big as well, so he was like halfway in my seat.
Man, I was eyeing up like when you're in the line in your thing. I was trying to pick out like I hope it's always she. I always want a girl to sit next to me on a flight, and it was just 3 big dudes and me being one of them. 3 guys
in your row.
In my row, yeah. It sucked. I was the window seat, shrugging my shoulders inward the whole time.
You should hug yourself. That's a good.
It's so uncomfortable.
Makes you love.
And my my legs kind of went asleep because I'm trying to keep my legs from touching his.
Yep.
But it was also about $100, and I could be uncomfortable for an hour and a half to save, or 2.5 hours to save, $100 or $150 or whatever it would be to fly on some other airline. And I did just sleep through the whole thing, but and then we flew into New Haven Airport, which I've never flown into before. Normally, if you come to Connecticut, you'd fly into Hartford.
Yep.
And New Haven looks like you're landing on somebody's house when you get here. You're just in the middle of a neighborhood.
There's a really good sandwich shop near there.
You've talked about this goddamn sandwich shop every time. It's a very weird airport. There's one in Latrobe, PA that's sort of similar that I've flown into, but it's not as neighborhoody. Right when you get out, you're right near a college, actually. You're right at St. Vincent's College. Right when you pull out of the airport.
You in for your Rolling Rock promotional gig that you had?
Yeah.
If your flight gets delayed in New Haven, it's not going to be fun. They don't have like a big area. Ross and I had to basically like sit outside.
Well,
the guy was like, "You can't come in the airport yet because your plane was delayed." I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah, I don't know how many of you people who fly somewhat regularly have gotten out of an airplane when you're not on a tarmac and you go through the thing.
Yeah.
You just walk out the airplane like a schlep. I wanted them to blow up inflate the thing and jump off like you do in a crash landing, but
money.
they didn't do that.
Didn't pay for that.
I would have paid the extra money to do that, or help them fold the thing back up and shove it in the plane.
And you guys know how to do the stairwell
It's
thing?
got to be easy to do that. Just deflate it and then roll it up and push it in whatever compartment it was in.
I like it.
To Omsk. Immediately board, please, at gate 51.
Just run into some stories.
Basically, I have two.
All right, let's do it.
All right. First one, this is from NBC News. This is an old story, actually.
How old?
September of 2022. Have you ever witnessed something happening that was wrong and then done something about it? Or do you just like watch it? Like say somebody was getting like hit, or like somebody was getting assaulted or robbed or something in your store.
Yeah, I've broken up fights before.
Really?
Yeah. Grab somebody from behind, turn around. Yeah. I'm good at breaking up fights. Actually, I've done it a few times.
Interesting. What's the
Just
skill?
it's the same thing that sucks for riding on a velo. Yeah.
All right.
I can usually wrap people up and just turn them away.
So if
pretty
you get into
easily.
that surgery, you're not going to be able to do that anymore.
Yeah, maybe I should think about that again.
Yeah. It's good that we had this story to get you to have accountable.
Maybe we can just get wider airplanes?
So this was a guy in Florida, actually.
Okay.
A Florida Chick-fil-A employee. He said he stopped a man from carjacking a woman and a baby. So he saw this suspect, William Branch. This still says suspect, so I don't know if he had been convicted at that time.
Okay.
He had a stick, and the woman stepped back from the man. He lunged at her, grabbed her keys, got
He had a
inside her
stick?
car.
He carjacked her with a stick?
Well, he was going to hit her. I don't know. So
Go ahead.
the victim began screaming for help, and a Chick-fil-A employee ran to intervene. The guy, William Branch, he punched the man in the face.
This is
Mikhail Gordon.
I thought you were saying Mikhail Gorbachev.
Yep, he's now works at Chick-fil-A. It's been tough times. He got punched in the face, and then Gordon and the man wrestled, and then other people ran over. Gordon held the man down. So Gordon said that Branch had been involved in another incident at
Wait,
the
a guy
restaurant
named Branch was wielding a stick?
Yeah. I guess he tried to carjack a car a few days before that as well at the same Chick-fil-A. He sat on top of a woman with all his body weight and told her to get out. That seems like sort of like the reverse.
These are the dumbest carjackings I've ever heard of. Carjacking somebody.
Gordon intervened in that one too. It seems like it's a setup if he intervened in two things with the same guy.
That is a little strange.
Yeah. In 2018, Gordon helped two teenage girls after a truck failed to negotiate a turn and fell onto the girl's car.
What?
What did he do then?
Does this guy have any sort of does anybody corroborate his stories?
I don't know. A crane fell on top of her car, and it was two 17-year-olds. The guy was taking orders in the restaurant parking lot. He heard a crash, ran towards the girls. And
He's like a bootleg version of Bruce Willis from Unbreakable, or not Unbreakable. Yeah, Unbreakable. Remember he'd intervene, and
the guy was trying to see if he would die. That was the end. I mean, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
On the movie. So there was another girl in the car, and he couldn't free her. So he ran inside the restaurant to grab ice and towels.
Just for himself, because he was hot.
He's like, Jesus, it's hot.
And a wool hat.
And they asked bystanders for crowbars and knives. Did a lot of people have crowbars and knives?
Do you guys have any crowbars and or knives?
The driver of the crane was not licensed to operate a commercial motor vehicle. Oddly enough, everyone who helped the two girls were connected. The two teen cheerleaders knew Gordon from frequenting the Chick-fil-A drive-thru for every pep rally.
What town was this in, or city?
Fort Walton Beach.
It's on the other coast.
But the guy seems, maybe is he setting this up just to get maybe he's about to get fired from the Chick-fil-A.
The carjacking with a stick seems crazy to me. Because you're not going to die. No one can kill you with a stick. No one can kill me with a stick.
Somebody was much bigger than you and had a stick and was like hitting you with it, and you had a kid with you.
And I'm in a car?
You'd fight back.
Drive away. I don't know. Yes. No one's ever going to steal my car with a stick.
What if it's like
Props.
really pointy stick, like a spear?
Did
Did you just watch John Wick?
All right, so if John Wick attacks me with a stick, maybe I'll give him
How do
my
you know
car.
it's gonna
Short
be
of
John
that,
Wick or not?
he said John Whack. John Stick instead of John Wick.
Yeah. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Sisk, sisk, sisk.
Yeah, people used to say it.
Yeah, I'm never going to get carjacked with a stick unless it's John Stick.
John Wick.
John Wick.
Or if his name was John Stick.
Wick Stick.
But this guy was Branch.
You're right.
So his family probably has some history with being good with sticks. So you'd want to be careful.
That is the way last names work.
It is, right?
Yeah. One of his old relatives was
It's like a really strong person with a branch. You would probably want to ask, is that a branch or just a stick?
It looks kind of twig-like to me.
And the guy's like, this is definitely a branch. And you're like,
What's the thing that they call what old timers call it when you go pick your switch? Yeah, your switch.
that would hurt.
Yeah, but could you get carjacked with a switch? I don't think I could get carjacked with a switch.
Depends where you are in the moment of getting in your car.
I think it needs to be like a weapon, like a legitimate gun. I don't even know if a knife.
Like if you were
I
in
think you
your
can
car,
carjack me with a knife.
you didn't lock your door, you start the car, I open your door and whack you across the eyes with a switch, and you're like in a lot of pain, and I just kind of pull you out of the car and drive away.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I mean, I know you got those broad shoulders, but
It's the shoulders. I think you need to have a gun to carjack me. I don't think I'll get carjacked with a knife. Definitely not a stick. Definitely not a switch.
just give the guy the car.
That was
So
a
you're a fighter. You're taking things on.
just
Have you ever
those-
saved
no, not
anyone in your store? Have you ever had an incident in your store?
verbal, but never physical.
Okay.
I had two girls verbally fighting in my store, and
Wow. What were they fighting about? You?
over my love. No, they were just. I don't even remember exactly how it happened. But one lady was coming in the store, one lady was going out the store, and I think they had like a disagreement about their parking spots. It went from like, "Is that your car?" to screaming "fuck you" in 0 seconds.
Oh, wow.
And I kind of had to go over and separate them. Like, well, I don't even know what you guys are fighting about, but just you go that way, you go that way.
Did they listen to you?
And then they took out the switches and stole my
Wow.
car instead. I forgot about that. I should have.
They set you up?
Yeah. I forgot that I have had my car stolen by a switch and a woman, no less.
Yeah. Double switch. Anything else you got?
Anything else you got? Do I have anything else?
It's been great to see you.
Oh, it's been nice to see you too.
Glad you came up.
I'm glad you had me. Thank you for. Oh, and you new house. You living in a big old house now.
Yeah, it's been great. You got it all set up for you, or mostly?
I think Michelle set everything up. It sounds like.
Most of it, yeah. I packed the books.
Yeah.
And she said I put them all upside down. That's what she told me today. Which I think she said you put like almost every book upside down, which seems impossible.
It's kind of nitpicking, I think, because all you want when a book is, you're talking about like in a shelf or something.
Yeah,
right?
like the titles are all.
Yeah, you just want to be able to read it.
Yeah.
So they were upside down, like you had to.
Yeah, the titles started at the bottom and went up. But she said like every book.
So did you not know that's how books were supposed to be until
I didn't. I just
you
took
just
them out of the
stuck them and
box.
put them up there?
Yeah. But it's amazing that because there was like
Well, it's not
probably
amazing.
25 boxes. So that means every box I took it and put them upside down.
It wouldn't be amazing if it was one box. 'Cause
No.
you figure you just take it out and put them in.
Yeah.
But okay.
That I consistently did that the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm never moving
Yeah,
again.
you did say you were going to never move again.
Or I'm going to hire someone to do it. It's miserable.
Cool place, though.
Thanks. Yeah, we've enjoyed it.
Nice house. He doesn't have an alarm system on his house if anybody ever wants to
What?
break in here.
I don't think you want to say that.
We've got a nice little back porch. I smoked a cigarette outside a minute ago and then walked out to the road, checked out the cars driving by.
Somebody the other day said they saw a mountain lion in our front yard in the middle of the night at this time at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So we should look outside, see if there's
I'll go out and have another cigarette and fight a mountain lion.
I don't want to because I don't want to get bit by any more mosquitoes.
I don't want to get bit by a mountain lion, but
Okay. But we've already heard that you're a fighter. you'll fight it off. It'll come up to you with a stick.
If I can wrestle my arms, if I can get my arms around it, I'll be able to hold.
Tackle it.
Yeah.
If you broke its neck, Teddy already loves you. He would love you forever.
If I killed a mountain lion with my bare hands, that would win his
If you got like attacked and you killed it, and then the next morning there's just like a dead mountain lion in our front yard. Yeah, I think that's what you need to do.
All right,
should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Theme song by Mega Yellox. Email mugaandcisco@gmail.com. We'll send us a letter to our address that's on there. Put down your phone.
Go kill your wife.
No, please don't do that.
Or a mountain lion.
Kill a mountain lion or somebody carjacking someone. Don't touch the cord.
I only did it once.
I know. Now you're going to do it. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, as always, and it's because it's brought us this far, stick with the mag room. It's everything else. It's cream cheese.
It's cream cheese.
Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. The my groom's good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good.
Gonna make me a bagel. Put on some butter. Hey, anybody in here make some breakfast today?